Hi, and welcome to SyncEzy's overview of the Simpro to Xero Payroll integration, specifically around the allowances functionality. For a long time, we've been able to transfer timesheets from Simpro into Xero Payroll, and now the functionality exists to be able to put allowances through from an item on the Simpro schedule into the payroll pay run. So let's dive in and have a quick look. So within the Simpro schedule, you've got the ability to add in the jobs that the staff members are working on. In addition, you can also add different activities that they might be doing. What we've now done is added the ability to allow activities to be linked to allowances, and you can then add these in. So here we've got a weekly leading hand allowance, which has been added once, a tool allowance, which has been added for the days they're on the job, a site allowance for this particular job and the site that they're working on, as well as non-call allowance for being on call for any potential work on the weekend. And if I now jump into Xero, you can see for a particular pay run, I can go have a look at that staff member, and I can see the hours that have come across, any overtime that they've done, both time and a half or double time, the leading hand allowance, which has been added as a fixed amount, the on-call allowance, which is done as a unit rate allowance, as well as a site allowance and the tool allowances. So depending on whether these are set up as a unit rate allowance or a fixed amount will depend on how they display here. So I'll just take you quickly into the integration and show you how it all comes together. So the first step is once we've connected the two applications is we pair employees. So that their Simpro profile is linked to their Xero profile. And we've got a different profile here that we can use to apply different overtime settings if you have different groups of staff. Most importantly, we go in and do activity pairing. So you can then actually have a look and see the allowances that have been created as a Simpro activity. And then you can then pair that with the allowance that's relevant in Xero. In addition to that, we pair up leave types as well as other earning types. We're able to put in overtime settings that match the overtime that your staff will receive so that that maps across into Xero correctly. And we can also automate breaks if that's something that you wish to have managed through the system. Once that's all set up, in Manage Timesheets, we can go through here and either choose a particular staff member or choose all employees. Select the pay period that we want to bring the timesheets across for, and then fetch those timesheets from Simpro. Once those timesheets have landed, you can then have a quick look at them. You can see here Oliver, who we were looking at earlier. You can see the total hours, the base rate of pay, if they've had any breaks inserted into their day, any overtime at time and a half rate, any double time. You'll also see here on a daily basis what allowances have been added. And then we simply click on this button, Send Timesheets to Xero. And those timesheets then land here. We create a pay run, and then the allowances and the hours will then appear for that staff member. So it provides a really easy way for your organisation to manage allowances in the one system within Simpro and schedules, and have that flow through to Xero Payroll, making the pay run cycle easier. If you have any questions about this integration, we'd love to have a chat. Please contact us and we can take a look at your situation and work out if this integration will help you. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.